All right, welcome back to Blog Access 101. I'm your host, Young Abachi. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify by searching Blog Access 101. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any new notifications. Here today, my co-host, LR. What up, LR?
What's good?
Yeah, much you look like you lit as hell or a long night. But
Long night.
oh boy. But we started off first with the NBA playoff predictions. I guess we could start in the East. Since your Miami Heat is in it, even though they don't get first round exit again. But I'll let you go off the seedings for the obviously first of all, who you got winning and playing. We'll start off with that, and then who you got in the overall top eight going out the first round and coming out the East.
Okay. Well, easily I got the Heat versus the Hawks. Of course, that was not a doubt. So I got the Heat being the seventh seed. Um, I don't believe in the Hawks like that. So I have the Raptors sneaking by the Hawks in Atlanta and grabbing the AC and then the Raptors Bucks and then Heat Celtics. We took the Celtics to 7 games last year. Of course, it was the conference finals and not this stupid first round, but I do have the Celtics winning in six. I have the Bucks in five. I have the Sixers in five, and then I have the Cavs in six or seven.
Over the
Um,
okay, okay, all right.
over the next
I
year,
know
the
you're a
Cavs
big
got
Julius
home
Randle
court.
fan, so I just figured you was gonna pick the Knicks, but yeah,
He's hurt, so I
uh,
can't really
yeah.
count on him like being healthy. And then when we get to the Western Conference, I have the Lakers beating the Pelicans. I don't know what's wrong with Zion, a hamstring, and he hasn't played since January,
I think they
which
played
is
better without
sad.
him, which is the crazy part.
Well, I feel like when they have them, you can't guard them. And then Alvarado's hurt. So it's just a lot of factors as to why I can't really back the Pelicans right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, what it is with these ninth seeds, but I got the, do I? Yeah, I got the Timberwolves going to New Orleans and beating them and taking the A seed. So then we're gonna have Nuggets, Timberwolves, Grizzlies, Lakers. I got the Nuggets winning that and probably six. Grizzlies winning in six. The Kings losing to the Warriors in six. And then I have the Suns beating the Clippers. And depending on if Paul George is there, I have it going seven. If Paul George is not there, I have that series only going five. And what finals? The finals is hard. I think I'm gonna stick with the Suns and it's tough. And the Celtics. And champion will probably be the Suns. Katie is a monster. Unless Katie gets hurt, I can't see anybody beating the Celtics four times in a 7 game series.
Yeah, oh yeah, man. I keep telling people all the time, KD probably the best scorer the game's ever seen. Get a shot on no matter who's guarding him. I'll put him against any top defender from any era. No matter you can put Gary Payton, Michael, Kobe, KD getting what he want against whoever. So actually, if the Bulls are healthy, I was shocked that you took Toronto. I was going to, you said, all right, so let me start off. So the play-in, obviously, I got you guys beating Atlanta. They always find a way to choke in the playoffs up against us. Shout out to Brenda Simmons. Um, for the A seed, I actually got the Bulls taking this slot if they're healthy.
Interesting.
And I think everybody's healthy. Um, got my man Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, the mid-range assassin, uh, Nikola Vucevic. I think that team can beat a Raptors team. They got Siakam, OG, Rand Fleet, but I'm gonna take the Bulls at the 8 seed. So with that being said, Milwaukee over the Bulls in four. It's going to be a sweep. Uh, 2-7 Miami. I say it goes six because you guys are pretty scrappy. So I say you guys at least win two at home or something. Um, so I'm definitely taking Boston at six. Sixers, Brooklyn. Yeah, that's going five. Hate to see we got to play against a guy that should have been a Sixer. Well, he was a Sixer, then we traded him, Mikal Bridges. I pray he goes off so that can haunt our management for trading him like dumbasses. Um, so I got that series going five. 4 or 5. Yeah, you brought up a good conversation with the With Julius Randle being out for I think what 2 weeks with a sprained ankle, but they should be what back maybe what game 3 or 4 if everything goes well.
That's that's a long time.
I mean they're gonna shoot him up with something for a sprained ankle. Um, so I think he comes back around game 3 or 4. I think the Knicks are good enough to beat the Cavs at least get one without him before he comes back.
Hmm.
Quickly been balling out of his mind lately. Definitely 6 million a year. If he doesn't get 6 million a year, it's crazy. Um, I love Monk did pretty well out there in Sacramento this year, but you got to get Brogdon too. But Brogdon been injury prone with this year with the Celtics, but that's always been his issue. So I'm definitely taking quickly at the 6 million a year, for sure. So I think they can take it 7, and it's a toss up. But I'm gonna go with the Knicks in 7. Uh,
That's tough.
yeah, it's crazy. Never thought I would say the Knicks were gonna do something good, but crazy. Now we jump over to the West. Lakers, Pelicans. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Lakers got that 7 seed probably locked up. Um, Now here's where we differ at. I think if the Pelicans, Brandon Ingram's, only thing that's been his main issue is health, and since he's been healthy, when he's healthy, he's been balling all going off. McCollum's been a little bit up and down. Willie Green finally got smart and playing Valanciunas, as y'all said I was crazy for trading for. He's reason why I won the chip for him and Bi. But yeah, I feel like if the Pelicans are healthy, they're definitely getting an 8 seed, and they could give Denver some huge issues in that playoff matchup. I'm not really sold on Denver, as much as everybody else is. Um, However, if New Orleans does find a way to shit the bucket, my other team that will get the 8 seed is OKC. Obviously they were heavily underrated. Everybody wrote them off, especially when Chet went down early on. They're like, oh, they just going to play and try to get Victor. And, I guess they got tired of saying Presti and the boys got tired of tanking and said, you know what, we're going to actually compete this year. And they actually competed. Shea Alexander had a hell of a season. I should have drafted him. I don't know why I took Kate Cunningham in that fantasy basketball. We had a great season. Dort always that defender, that 3-and-D guys. Oklahoma's always known for their 3-and-D guy early on. They had back in the day, they had Sevolosha. Then it turned to this guy was not a 3-and-D guy, but Andre Roberson. And then now you got Dort. Then you got, what's the other kid? The big guy from Poland. I don't know how to say his name, Polisowski or something like that.
The guy on the team now. Yeah. Yeah, Polisowski. He's been injured a lot recently though.
Yeah, but he had it when he's healthy. He gave him some good minutes. Then you got what's his name, Williams, the young guy that's been hooping pretty well. Josh,
Both of them.
yeah, oh yeah, that's crazy because I was like, how they got two players the same name? Then you got Josh Giddey over there, a triple double machine. When he let him work. So they got the nice young talent. And next year you got Chet there. So I feel next year they're definitely a playoff team. And the only issue with them is bringing some marquee free agents over because it's just a small market team and it's in Oklahoma City. But the sky's the limit for those guys. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Again, if it's the Pelicans, I got it going 6 against Denver, possibly 7, depending on what CJ McCollum shows up. I guess Denver finds a way to sneak out of that first round. Memphis and LA. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna depend on what AD shows up. I got it going 7. I'm gonna take LA.
Oh wow.
Brian said before that in the All-Star, he said these next 20 games are gonna be the most crucial ones of my career. And I was like, and then he got injured. I was like, oh boy. Then they found a way. I like the D'Angelo Russell. He fits the team, but now he's not better than Russell, but he fits their team better than Russell did because he's more of an off ball and he can shoot. Austin Reeves, AK-15 or AR-15, been out there hooping. They just signed Tristan Thompson for the playoffs, which people are probably like, why they sign him? I think it's smart. You got another big body out there. At least go out there and try to defend and get rebounds. So he's good at that. Don't uh bank on him getting any buckets, but he's definitely gonna be out there rebounding and defending. Let's see, 3 versus 6. It's a California game, playoffs. Kings versus Golden State. What are you talking about? Wiggins not coming back for the regular season. Is he coming back for the playoffs though?
Yep.
Okay, that changes everything. Well, I guess they won't be lighting up the beam in Sacramento. But it's good to see the Kings back in the playoffs, man. I remember the Kings battling back in the day when I was a young boy. With Mike Bibby, Paige Stojakovic. Yeah, Paige Stojakovic got a son going to Stanford.
Yeah,
Damn,
he
you're
gonna be
getting
nice.
old, bro. That's crazy. I'm like, bro, we seeing Paige's sons hooping now. Like, um, but yeah, Paige Stojakovic, Vadi Divac, Scott Pollard, with Bobby Jackson. You need to see them battle all the time against LA and get cooked by them, obviously because of Shaq and Kobe and D Fish, and obviously the great Robert Horry. But that was always a good battle for them. So I was happy to see them back in the playoff. I think it was like 20 plus years, especially for Mike Brown as well. People wrote him off like my man Geno Smith said, but he ain't right back. Um, I always thought he was a good coach, and they always thought it was because it was LeBron, but I really think Mike Brown was a decent coach regardless. But I'm gonna take Golden State in 7. My only issues with them this year is they struggle on the road, which is, I mean, obviously that might not matter in the playoffs with everybody healthy, but obviously it might be in the back of their mind or something. But so I'm gonna take Golden State in 7. Phoenix Clippers. I don't care who's out there. Paul George, no Paul George. Suns in 5. It's gonna be a real quick one for them boys. I mean, Kawhi gonna get it.
Sheesh.
Like I said, Katie is a different type of bucket. It don't matter who's on. They probably gonna try to put Kawhi on him. Kawhi might slow him down for a little bit, but he gonna get his in whenever it matters. Or if you put Kawhi on him, Devin Booker gonna go off. And then I don't know if you've been watching the Suns game, but that how typically when Chris Paul and Aiton run that pick and roll, like the defender on the side will slide over. You can't do that with KD, or he gonna hit you with that corner three every time. So I feel like that's definitely my wild card to come out the West, but is the Suns. But anyway, uh, so we got the Denver and Phoenix. I'm taking the Suns in 6. Denver is still overrated to me. They never show up in the playoffs. Let's see who else. 2 versus 3. So it's Lakers versus the Warriors. The series we've all been waiting for. I'm gonna have to take the Warriors. I'm gonna have to take the Warriors in 6. If everybody's healthy, it's gonna
The
be good.
Warriors in 6. Interesting.
Yeah, I think man, Steph always goes off at Staples Center, so that could be an issue for them. So definitely got them in 6. Then you got the Warriors and Suns, Western Conference Finals. I'm taking. I'm taking. I'll probably take the Suns at 7 in that one. It's gonna be a good series. But I just feel as though KD is a different type of animal, and he always got something to prove against Steph and them because they was basically saying Draymond was talking trash saying he only won because of Steph and them. So this one was nice to see him win his own, and also finally see Chris Paul get back for second year in a row in the championship. But back to the what was it? Oh, so yeah, for the Eastern Conference, I got Bucks over the Knicks in 5. Uh, I think that's gonna be a quick one. Sixers Boston. That's gonna be a good one. We owe them one from all the years, especially the JJ Redick years when we should have beat them. I got Sixers and 7. And then obviously Eastern Conference Final, I'm taking Sixers and 7 against the Bucks. People say the Bucks have our number. I guess last time we blew them out. The last time we blew them out, I don't really have no issues with them. So I got the Sixers and 7. Sixers Suns. Y'all might want to just put this in y'all little parlay. Sixers Suns NBA Finals. uh, I'm, I might play that myself. Uh, I'm gonna take the Sixers and 7.
There's no way. This is what you're thinking
They
realistically.
I'm telling you, bro. This is our year. This is our year to put up or shut up. Or there's gonna be some crazy changes off season.
The Suns is going to beat y'all by 5.
Wow.
The Bucks, they're gonna win in five. I in the second round, the Warriors are going to lose. And I know it's the first time Draymond, Steph, and Clay were all healthy in a 7 game series and they lost. But this is the year that it happens. Um, and the the Grizzlies are going to be the ones to do it. And I think that the Nuggets are overrated, and that's why the Suns are going to take them down. But this Sixers talk, we might as well just change that around now. They have no shot,
This guy disrespectful, man.
no shot at all.
It's cool, man. It's cool. Don't worry about it. When you see it happen, just remember you heard it here first, man. Just give me my credit when you hear it. But yeah, let's jump to the Angel Reese-Caitlin Clark situation from last week. Like I mean, you said LSU was gonna win. Congratulations for calling that, my guy.
And
Uh,
because it was crazy that that everybody was like, okay, Clark's the best player in college. Like she's great, yeah. She's tough, but like I feel like everybody was forgetting that Angel Reese was averaging 23 and 13. Like it was 23 and 13 or 23 and 15. Like that's nothing you sneeze at. And she plays defense. Like it ain't. It wasn't like it was gonna be like a walk in the park for Caitlin. And I'm glad that they got that win.
yeah, and it's like, and I'm like, people like saying she like I'm like, bro, she's been talking trash when she was in back. I don't know if people remember she played at Maryland. She was talking trash back then. I'm like, that's telling me I don't really watch women's sports because like this is not new for her.
All right.
But I mean, and they also hate, when you can talk the talk and then walk the walk too. Like, let's think she broke the record, what, 35 double doubles at LSU in the season.
35 out of 37. Like
Yeah,
what? What are you talking about? Like she's a monster.
yeah, and the crazy thing is like it's crazy that I think she it was rumored that she making like over like 300,000, 390,000, with NIL deals, which is lit. So I'm like, I wouldn't want to go. It's sad that you like, obviously with NBA players, like men basketball players, like we ready to go. Like women, like, man, I ain't ready. Like she said, like I'm not gonna leave when I'm making more money than some people in the league, and that's like, I was like, that's crazy. That that messing with the NIL, you making more money than it. Like that's like an issue in itself that needs to be fixed. Obviously, it's gonna take a lot of time.
Yeah, that's unreal. But I don't think her and Caitlin Clark can't leave even if they wanted to. They got to do one more year because like this because of when they were born. WNBA has a weird rule.
Oh yeah, like I think it's like yeah, like if you're not a certain age or you graduated, you got
Yeah,
year because obviously it's only a certain amount of seats. And I'm just like, why don't y'all just get more teams? I'm like, I don't understand how like a big city like Philly don't got a WNBA team. I'm
I don't
trying,
get that at all.
trying to think of another big city that don't got like a team or like a Miami or something.
Yeah, Miami doesn't have one. Philly don't have one, which Philly should absolutely have one. I'm still confused by that one.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Um, yeah, it's just expand. All they really need to do is add two more teams.
Yeah. And then you get more players, and they talking about something like it's only a certain amount of spots, but just make more teams because it's crazy. But so but yeah, back to her. It's just like, man, she put in that work, man. She did the face. Everybody was like, she did it. She was like over for following her. I'm like, look, bro. Like, first of all, they said they was talking how they was going to handle it before the game started. They said they ain't like how they handled like how they was carrying it with South Carolina when they was waving the girl off from shooting three. In South Carolina, y'all need to get some shooters this all season because that was crazy. But the girl Carsey was a Jackie Carsey from LSU. She came out there on sniper range, knocking down all them threes. I knew it was kind of over at there. I was like, yeah, because they was they was trying to do the same thing with they did with South Carolina, but this time they had shooters out there knocking them Jones down. So they had no choice but to defend it, which was able to let the bigs go off and get theirs. But it was good to see LSU win. I think that was their first national championship for women's basketball, so it was good to see that. And then everybody was making a hoop and holler about Reese talking about she wasn't going to the White House. But I'm like, Joe Biden would talk about something like the runner up should come. I'm like, bro, like, why did you even say that? Like that was like I was
Right.
like, Biden is definitely a one-time president. Yeah, did you see that John that Cameron put it? He was like, you be watching the Cameron Mace little podcast on YouTube, the sports John?
I watched the first two episodes, so I haven't seen the new ones.
Oh yeah, that shit is a gem. Uh, but yeah, he was talking about stuff like you know how New York be talking like he's saying she was bugging B. Like, when did the loser start getting invited to the White House? Uh, yeah, so that was a little crazy, but I see she's going now. She decided to go with her team, and everybody like in the uproar, like, oh, now she's going. I'm like, first of all, I'm like, she said she's a team player. She gonna go with the team. So I'm like, how y'all mad at her for being a team player? Then y'all's mad at her
Right.
for go to the White House. Like, y'all weird. Like, man, let that girl live, do her thing, man. And I want to try to see him running back. Well, I mean, try to at least try to attempt to run it back. I need to see Dawn get another one now. So, but yeah, man. But what was your thoughts on that? I mean, Clark is a bucket. She went off, but you know, it was she really that only player at that time. So that's what got the best of Iowa. So hopefully they get another little guard over there. She reminded me of what's her name? Sabrina. I don't know how to say her last name. Ionesco. All right, it's something like that. But yeah, she reminded me of her a little bit, but with like a even more of a jumper. Um,
Oh, you talking about Caitlyn?
yeah,
Oh, you think she reminds you of her?
yeah, because
I would I
she like a playmaker,
I
but she go out there and get a bucket at any time. Like you double her off or trap her off the screen, she gonna make the right pass.
because of her position, I thought she was more like Maya Moore.
Oh, that's crazy.
You don't think so?
Nah, she man, talking about Caitlin Clark, right?
Yeah,
Nah, she
like
might.
someone that could shoot, someone that could pass, someone. Well, I mean, I guess Maya Moore actually locked up, and Caitlin Clark not really one
Yeah,
to play
yeah.
defense.
She definitely got to learn to play defense. She do that joint in the WNBA, she gonna get cooked. But obviously she's not out there to play defense. So
But we also should not like I get that everyone thinks like, oh yeah, LSU's gonna run it back. I don't know, because South Carolina going to get better, and let's not forget, UConn is getting Paige back, and Paige is going to be back with a vengeance, especially since that's going to be her last year. Well, it's going to be her, Caitlin, and Reese's last year, so all three of them going to come back like monsters. But I feel like Paige is gonna go crazy next season, and I feel like next year is going to be UConn's year.
yeah. That's crazy, buddy. But I'm just running back South Carolina. Y'all owe everybody one, man. Y'all was supposed to go undefeated. It's cool though. They just had a better day. But man, I think it was good for women's sports. Some people were saying it was bad. They was like all this why how they's getting publicity. But at least people was now talking about women. I think what was the highest rated not just um women's college basketball, but also for men. It's like I think well, it's like a couple of All-Star games, it was like over 9.9 million views. People was viewing it. So that was good to see. Hopefully that translates over people watching in WNBA as well. I definitely got to go to some games this summer. I guess obviously the closest place is Washington. So when I definitely a Mystics fan, so I got to go to at least one game of those this summer. But
Well, we
yeah,
go to New York games too.
I hate New York. I don't understand why people try to. I'm petrified of rats. Never will catch
Oh
me
my God.
anywhere.
I'm in Chicago this weekend. I'll be in New York right next weekend.
Oh man.
Love
I
New
like
York.
Chicago, nice. I could go see a Sky game. It's a nice
Oh,
trip.
I could definitely come back to Chicago. It's beautiful out here.
Yeah,
I'll
but
just
New
check out
York,
this Cubs game.
yeah, but New York, you can count me out, champ. Why you think me? I'll be talking in the chat, like, yeah, y'all trying to go to Brooklyn game? I would never respond. I'm like, bro, I don't rock with like I rock with New York as a place, but I don't rock with them rodents they got out there, man.
You're a wild because I actually I'm gonna look at Sixer Brooklyn tickets. It's not the same without KD and Kyrie though, and Harden. I might have to pass though, but I do. I don't know.
You just go to the whole game, or you? Oh, I forgot you love New York,
I've
man.
been I've been to Philadelphia Sixer games so much. Like I like to see playoff games elsewhere.
All right, man. Hope your hands work, G.
Oh my God. You never get no problems in New York.
All right,
And
killer.
I'll be in New York next weekend, so it'll be easy. Oh wait, no, the Sixers start off at home.
Yeah,
Never mind.
man.
Tag.
Enjoy that Cubs game, man. Tell my man Dansby Swanson. I said, what up, though?
I got you. Hopefully, the Cubs get this win. They definitely had a disadvantage with the pitching matchup, so I'm gonna see how it goes.
Who you got winning?
I actually do got the Rangers winning. They got the better pitcher. Talent, I've never been a fan of him. I think they're gonna light him up.
Oh, didn't Rod have him last year in fantasy baseball?
But I love that man. I didn't get why.
Yeah, and he kept mentioning him in his top three pitching rotation. I'm like, bro, that's a terrible rotation if he's in it.
Yeah, relying on talent to get you wins. I'm like, man, you tripping.
It's pretty ugly for that guy. Starting off strong this year. We'll see if it continues though.
It won't.
Damn. Rod ain't even here to defend himself, man. I hope he hears this so he can
He'll be back next week.
let you know what it is, man. But yeah, you want to add anything else before we get off?
Let's go Cubs, even though y'all might lose today.
Let's go, Cubs. This guy's something else, man. Appreciate you coming on.
All right, holler at you.